Possibly not. And actually, we're not alone in this particular incident, not getting much in the way of press or media coverage. It's exactly the same in America, because I've just flown in on the overnight from the US, and the only commentary I could find over there was, what does this do to Joe Biden, the president of the United States, promises to help Europe out of its gas problems. Now, excuse me, if we come to what the point that you've actually made, that this is one of the largest LNG plants. It's the biggest, I think, exporting liquid natural gas plant in the United States. And it's exporting about 20%. So that means there's a lot of gas that's not going to be able to be put into tankers and shipped to elsewhere in the world, predominantly Europe, probably until the end of this year. Because although they thought it was only going to be shut for 3 weeks, it now looks like it's 3 months or probably more. Right now, it's not going to mean much. I mean, there'll have been a blip in the wholesale gas price because it's such a volatile thing anyway. But at the moment, with it being summer, consumption being down, it's not going to cause much in the way of a ripple. But one thing that this will do, and certainly seems to be having a real impetus, putting a real impetus, it's behind looking for a broad base of suppliers into Europe. Because at the same time as this gas plant's caused a problem, so of course, Moscow is turning down again the gas supplies to Europe, because whilst, of course, we say, well, the EU, the UK, we shouldn't take from Russia, we still are. There's a pipeline called Nord Stream 1. Nord Stream 2 hasn't been open, but Nord Stream 1, which is pumping this stuff in, well, that's been constrained as well. It's called maintenance, but who's to know? It's probably as much political as maintenance. So the EU has turned to Israel. Qatar is building more LNG plants. There's some Africa suppliers as well. Don't forget Iran in all this. So, the fact that the whole of the EU is turning away from Russia is actually giving an impetus to other suppliers. Now, what this mixture is going to look like when we come to winter is actually quite difficult at this moment to say. But I do think that the point that you're making is absolutely right. We shouldn't just pay attention to energy supplies when it's cold and we turn on the central heating. The whole issue is all about getting us security for the winter. And a lot of that work has to be done in the summer when consumption is not that high.